Hello and welcome to Logos Online Learning. This is a recording for writing 2. Okay? So what it is, this for those of you who could not make the online Google Meet session, this is a recording of the entire Google Meet. Okay? And, sorry. So what I did was I sent the invitation out. This is your class, and as DM 4.1, you'll be in the same classroom with the evening class, okay? And we have people who want to join. Admit everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, nice hair, Nun. Oh, Bank. Nice. What do you got, a dog?
Hello, teacher.
I love the background screen. How many students we got here? 19?
Hello, teacher. I miss you so much.
Ow. Sang doing 2 classes in one day.
Him the royo. Hello,
teacher.
Hello. All right. Here's your chat. Does anyone know how to use their chat? Good evening. Two. Okay.
Hello.
Let's see how many people we can get on here. All right. So I'm recording all of this just in case that for the students that can't make the online live, the Google Meet, okay? So before I need to, hey Job, what's up? For if you have any questions, anything, just type in a message, or you can just ask. Unmute yourself and ask, okay? But I need everyone to mute your sound so that you can hear me clearly and that we don't have a lot of background noise, all right?
Yes.
All right. People still coming in. How many people we got? 33. Oh, Judson
34.
class. 34. First, did
Hello,
you...
teacher.
Hello.
กูน่ะมาแล้วเจมาแล้ว
หาก็ฮอดบ้านฮะ
เจเวจะกินจำทานเจ้าน่ะ
Mute.
Teacher ฟ้าห้อง
ฮัลโหลบ่อยากเรียนเปิดเน็ตจนฟ้าผ่าหรือฟ้าห้อง
Teacher ยันฟ้าห้อง
ฟ้าห้อง
ปวดตัวกลัว
All
เมื่อ
right.
ฟ้าลงมาเฮง
เขา
ๆ
จะ
เจ้า
เช็ค
ไป
ชื่อ
เก็บ
แบบ
พวก
นี้
ว่าเรียนก่อนแล้ว
Either way, I'm recording all of this, all right? So what we have to do is we have to get started because we only have 40 minutes. All right, first, I need to present the screen. La la la.
โอเค
Did everybody check in to your attendance? I hope you did. If not, you have until 6:30. All right, you have until 6:30 to do it. I give you plenty of time to check in. Then once you do that, like here, in this case, Oh, you got a 44. All right. And I give you grades like this. And remember, attendance is 4 points. Okay. And then once you get it, I return it back to you. And I do all those scores. And I give you until 6:30 to do this. All right, let's get started. We've been talking about Unit 4, and today we're going to finish up Unit 4 because we have to start Unit 5. And we talked about space order descriptions, and then we also talked about adjectives, all right? Adjectives. And today I want to get into a little bit more detail about adjectives. And adjectives, remember, are any words that describe nouns and pronouns, or any words. And sometimes an adjective, it's most of the time they're in front of the nouns. And sometimes they can follow linking verbs, such as the verb be and look, smell, seem. Late. And then you come down here, we talked about compound adjectives. And then we did an exercise to finish off. You had to find all the adjectives. Okay. So now, today, I want to talk about, there's also different types of adjectives. So if you go in your book on page 123, page 123 in your book, and it talks about, it says order of adjectives. All right. And adjectives, I want to go back to there's many types of adjectives. There's adjectives of quality. Quality is when you are describing something, let's say like beautiful or smart or cheerful, happy, friendly. You're describing something. There's adjectives of quantity. Quantity means a number, how much, how many. Like you could be two. It could be words like many, few, some. It could be a number. Right? You could say like a lot. It would be 100. Right? Adjectives of numbers. Demonstrative adjectives, they point out to nouns. You can say, if you remember, demonstrative adjectives are like this, that, those, these. Interrogative, they ask questions. Whose, where, when, what. Right? And then you have possessive adjectives. They show possession, something that belongs to something or somebody. Right? Like mine, yours. Okay. So this is page 123. And it says, sometimes you must put adjectives in a particular order. So adjectives that must be in a certain order. These are known as cumulative adjectives. It says cumulative adjectives must be in a particular order. The other type of adjective, the coordinate adjectives, their order can change. Let's take the example. It says the poor little black dog. You notice a couple things here. You notice that there's no comma. Right? There's no comma. And all these three adjectives, they go before the noun, which is dog. Right? Because the rule down here for cumulative adjectives is cumulative adjectives always go before a noun. Right? And they must be in a particular order. For example, you cannot write the little black poor dog. You must write the poor little black dog because there is an order, there's a rule, there's an order of adjectives. Right? And we do not put commas between cumulative adjectives. This is why there are no commas between these adjectives. The coordinate adjectives, we can put commas between them. And another thing you can do with these is you can put and in between them. Right. We'll get to these in a little bit. I want to go back to the cumulative adjectives. So here's your, this is in the middle of your page on page 123, that chart right there. It says number 1 through number 6. Right. So this is the order that you have to say, you have to write these adjectives in if you were to use many different styles of these adjectives. First, you have to say the quantity, the adjective of quantity first. So if you have a number, you always say the number first. 2, 50, some, many, few. Right. Next is your opinion. And an opinion could be words like poor, beautiful, interesting, cheerful, expensive. Opinions are also characteristics, qualities of something. Is it good? Is it bad? Right? So this is opinion, because what is good to somebody could be bad to somebody else. Right? What is beautiful to someone could be ugly to somebody else. So this is why these are called opinion. But if you think of just characteristics, right? What is it like? All right? Or what is he like? What is she like? That's an opinion. Right? If you go back to quantity, these are also determiners. Words like un, the, both, right? Either, some, many, my, your, our. Make sure that you write these adjectives before all other adjectives. In your book, number 3 says appearance. And appearance answers the question, what does it look like? Right. And there's size. How big is it? How small is it? How little? There's age. How old is it? How young? How new? Shape. Length. Is it a circle? Round? Is it a square? Is it short? Is it long? Right. And then you go down to condition and then color. Right. Condition describes something. Condition means something that is temporary, right? Like let's say hungry. If you're hungry, you eat. So that means it's temporary. You're not always hungry, right? And you're not always wet, and you're not always cold. That's what a condition means. It's usually temporary. And then color. So even in appearance, you have to talk about size before age. And you talk about age before shape. You talk about shape before condition. And you talk about condition before color. If you go back to that sentence, poor little black dog. The word poor, this is an opinion. You notice opinion goes before little. Right. It says poor little black dog. So the opinion poor goes before, you write it before the size, little, and you write size before the color, which is black. Right? Poor little black dog. And these are cumulative because you cannot put and in between them. You cannot separate them. Because you need all of these adjectives to describe this dog. And another thing, cumulative adjectives are usually many different kinds of adjectives. What do I mean by that? Poor is an opinion. Little talks about size. Black talks about color. So there's 3 different types of adjectives right there. Right? And most of the time, usually, if you have many different kinds of adjectives, you use cumulative adjectives. If you go over coordinate adjectives, this sentence real quick, the wet, cold, and hungry dog. Look at the words, remember the words wet, cold, and hungry. You look in your chart, notice wet, cold, and hungry. These are all the same type of adjectives. This all talks about the condition of the dog. Right? Where the other adjectives, poor, little, and black, are all different kinds of adjectives. But wet, cold, and hungry is the same kind of adjective. So this is what I mean by cumulative is usually many different kinds of adjectives, and coordinate is usually all the same kinds of adjectives. In a coordinate adjective, you could write them in any order you want. You could say hungry, wet, and cold dog, cold, wet, and hungry dog. It's up to you. But you notice they use commas and the word and before the last adjective. This, number 4, I want to move on with the order, is origin. Origin is where something comes from. Where is it from? Is it European, Asian, all right, Guatemalan? That's next. Next is material. Material answers the question, what is it made of? Is it silk, like a silk skirt? Is it wood, cotton, gold, metal? And then the last adjective that you write in cumulative adjective order is purpose. What is it used for? All right, is it used for swimming, reading, hiking, wedding, right? A wedding dress, swimming pool, hiking boots. And notice the word shoe. So shoe is a noun, and nouns are also could be used for purpose. So this is at the end also, towards the end. And shoe here is what kind of store? It's a shoe store. So this is the order. Here's another more detailed description if you want to look at it. You say quantity, then quality, appearance. There's more appearance, right? Size, shape, age, color. Then nationality. And then what is it made of? And then what do we use it for? What is the purpose? I'll let you come back and look at that for reference. Some rules. It says a cumulative adjective is 2 or more adjectives that do not describe, modify the noun separately. Are cumulative. You cannot insert the word and in between cumulative adjectives. Right? You'll change the meaning if you do. All right? And it's confusing. You don't say 3 and large and gray shapes and shapes moved slowly towards us. Right? You can't do this because it's very confusing. You say 3 large gray shapes moved slowly towards us. Notice 3 large and gray. I think they made a mistake here. Shapes wasn't supposed to be, shapes is the noun. They made a mistake there. So this is cumulative because there's 3 different kinds of adjectives. 3, this is a number. Right? This is a quantity, a number. Large, right? This talks about size. This is a different kind of adjective. And then gray is a color. Okay? So usually when you have different kinds of adjectives, we use cumulative adjectives. And they always go before the noun, and you never put a comma in between cumulative adjectives. One more. The crazy English teacher scares me. So crazy is a quality, it's a characteristic, it's an opinion. And English is an origin. Right? And these two are cumulative adjectives, so you don't need a comma here, right? And they're different types of adjectives. One's an opinion, one's nationality, origin. And again, they always go before the noun. Cumulative adjectives always go before the noun. It says you don't need a comma between crazy and English because you can't reverse the two adjectives or insert the word and. So you don't say the English crazy teacher. You can't say that. That doesn't make sense. People will look at you funny. Like they'll say, don't you mean to say the crazy English teacher? And that is because of the order of adjectives. There's something here, Q-O-S-A-S-C-O-M-P. Right? Q means quantity, number. O, opinion. Right? S means size. A is age. This second S is shape. This is condition, color. This is origin, nationality, material, and purpose. There's really no easy way to remember these. Just the more that you use them, the more that you know. Bottom of page 123, it gives you a writing tip. So when you write, in general, it says do not use more than 2 or 3 adjectives before a noun. Using too many adjectives in a row, mute. Using too many adjectives in a row weakens your description and may confuse the reader. Okay, so here, look at this example. The poor little hungry black dog was lost. So this has 4 adjectives before the noun. And you don't want to use more than 3. Usually 2 or 3 is okay. You can change this by saying the poor little black dog was lost and hungry. Right? Because it's okay to have an adjective go after a linking verb. Right? Or you can just write another sentence. Right? You could say the poor little black dog was lost. The dog was also hungry. Right, let's look at exercise 9. They want you to rewrite each sentence using the adjectives to describe the underlying word. And you have to remember your order of adjectives because certain adjectives have to be written before other ones. There were toys in the middle of the floor, and they want you to describe toys with broken, several, and plastic. And your answer here, you have to write several before broken, and you write broken before plastic. Why do you do that? All right, because several. Several means, several is a quantity, a number. Several could mean 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So it's just more than 2, more than 3, several. So this is a number, and this is a quantity. Right? So you write that first. You always write quantity adjectives first. The next word, next is broken. So something's broken, that describes the condition that it's in. Right? If it's broken, you can't use it anymore. Right? And condition, it's also could be, no, it's after color, material, age, shape, size, appearance. Right? And you write your condition before you write the last one, which is plastic. So something that's made out of plastic, it answers the question, what is it made of? And that's the material. So in that example, you write quantity before condition, before material. So that's why you have to write, there were several broken plastic toys in the middle of the floor. And again, no commas, and all 3 adjectives go before the noun. Number 2, we left the beach when we saw the clouds. and they want you to describe clouds. To save time, I'm not going to type the whole sentence. Your two adjectives are black and big. So black is a color, right? And big is a size. So what do we say first, color or size? You come to your chart. Here, you say size before you say color. Right, so you say size, you write size before you write the color. You go to your exercise. You say size is big, black, clouds. So you would say we left the beach when we saw the big black clouds. You don't say the black big clouds because of the order of adjectives. All right, number 3, flags hung from every window, colorful, rectangular. Here, you have to be careful because colorful is not a color. Right? Colorful describes something. This is an opinion. This is a characteristic of the flag. Right? This is an opinion, colorful. So you write the opinion. Colorful is not a color. Colors are like red, black, blonde, blue, green. Right? Colorful is the way something looks. Yeah. So you write appearance, way something looks, the characteristics before the shape, before rectangular. Right? Because here you write opinion before shape. So your answer here would be colorful, rectangular flags hung from every window. We don't say rectangular, colorful flags. I'll let you finish this on your own time. Number 4, we'll do one more. Children played on the grass. You have 2 choices, a color, green, or size, thick. All right. So here you would say the size before the color. So you would say, children played on the thick green grass. Okay. Number 5, I dream about relaxing on a beach. Right. Mexican is a nationality. White is a color. Beautiful is an opinion. We say opinion, color, and then nationality. So you would say, I dream about relaxing on a beautiful white Mexican beach. Okay. I'll let you finish 6, 7, and 8 on your own. On your video, I'll have the answers for you. I'll post the answers for you just in case that you want to know them, okay? All right. Let's move on to the bottom of page 124. And so we talked about cumulative adjectives. Now I want to talk about coordinate adjectives. And coordinate adjectives, they can go before a noun or after a linking verb. You can write coordinate adjectives in any order you want, and you can separate them from each other with commas. When a coordinate adjective comes before a noun, you can put the word "and" before the last one, but you don't have to. Notice right here, right? They don't have "and." The next one, it says optional. A wet, cold, and hungry dog. So if you have 3 coordinate adjectives before a noun, you don't have to use "and." It's up to you. All right? I like to use "and." I would say a wet, cold, and hungry dog sat outside our front door. And again, because they're coordinate adjectives, you can say these 3 in any order you want. You could say a hungry, cold, and wet dog if you wanted to. Or a cold, hungry, and wet dog. And most of the time, coordinate adjectives are the same kind of adjectives. All 3 of these adjectives talk about the condition of the dog. All right, this is important here. When two or more coordinate adjectives come after a linking verb, here the linking verb is was. You must put and before the last one. If it comes before the noun, you don't have to put and. If it comes after the linking verb was, in this case was, you must use and before the last one, right? So if you just say, the dog was hungry, wet, cold, okay? That is wrong, right? You cannot write it like this because you have to use the word and before the last adjective. Cumulative adjectives are two or more that modify a noun or describe a noun separately. They are coordinate. And usually, like I said, all three adjectives are usually the same kind. Look at your example. Robert is a warm, gentle, affectionate father. Warm, gentle, and affectionate. All these are the same kind of adjectives. They talk about the characteristics, the quality of Robert. All right? He's a warm father. He's a gentle father. He's an affectionate father. And we can use the word, and we can put the word and in between all these adjectives. Right? Adjectives are coordinate if they can be joined with and without changing the meaning. Right? Let's go to exercise 10. They want you to put commas, using commas with coordinate adjectives. Right? They said, read the sentences, add commas as needed. Look at the example. The people want a smart, experienced, honest leader. Here's your noun, leader. And you have three adjectives, smart, experienced, honest. Right? These are coordinate adjectives. Right? These are all the same kind of adjectives. And remember, if they're coordinate adjectives, we must use commas. Smart, after experience. Notice here I wrote and is optional, right? You don't have to because this is before, these adjectives are before the noun. So here you can write and if you want to, you don't have to. Number two, most students like friendly, enthusiastic, imaginative teachers. So I put the commas here and here for you already, right? Because you need one. Your noun here is teachers, and all three of these adjectives modify teachers. Right. Number three, I am tired of cold, rainy weather. Right. Your noun is weather. You have two adjectives, cold and rainy. So you would put your comma right there. Okay. Let's look at number 4. I am looking forward to the warm, sunny, relaxing days of summer. Your noun is days of summer. Oh, why so late? You have three adjectives here, warm, sunny, relaxing. These are coordinate adjectives. They come before the noun. So therefore, you need to have a comma after each coordinating adjective. You say the warm, sunny, relaxing days of summer. Number 5. The prince in a fairy tale is either tall, dark, and handsome, or tall, blonde, and handsome. All right. So notice we have a linking verb, is. And your rule, if it comes after linking verb, we must put and before the last one. And you have to use commas. So, either tall, dark, and handsome. You have 3 adjectives, tall, comma, dark, comma, and handsome. Or tall, blonde, and handsome. Again, you have 3 adjectives. Tall, here, blonde, there, and handsome. Right. Notice I wrote, you have to use and here. You must use and. This is not optional. You have to. Why? Because the adjectives are after the linking verb, which in this case is. All right. Let's move on to exercise 11. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of time with you. It's only 5 minutes. All right. Exercise 11, this is where it gets tricky. They want you to identify, are they cumulative or coordinate adjectives? They want you to underline and identify each adjective. They want you to write 1 for cumulative and 2 for coordinate, and add commas where needed. So to save time, I underline all the adjectives for you already. All right, they're underlined in red. Let's look at number 2. 4 shiny black limousines were parked outside the hotel. Here, these 3 adjectives are cumulative for 2 reasons. First reason, you can't say 4 and shiny and black limousines, because you need all of these 3 adjectives to fully describe the limousine you're talking about. Another thing, these are 3 different kinds of adjectives. 4 is a number, right? 4 is a quality, is a number. I'm sorry, is a quantity, not quality, is a quantity. Shiny is an opinion, all right? And then your last adjective, black, is a color. So you have a number, opinion, and color adjective. So that's another reason why these are cumulative, because there's 3 different types of adjectives. Right? And remember, they always go before the noun, which is a limousine, and we do not put commas between cumulative adjectives. Right? Number 3, the small red apples looked sweet, crisp, juicy, and delicious. Right? Small, this talks about size. Red talks about color. So that means this is cumulative adjective. Right? So they want you to write a 1 and a 1 above it. Because it's cumulative, we don't use commas. All right. You come over here. Look sweet, crisp, juicy, and delicious. So all of these adjectives, they are describing the apple. But all of them, they're the same kind of adjectives. All of these adjectives talk about opinion, characteristics of the apple. Right? It sounds like it's a very good apple. That is delicious. And if you use adjectives that have all the same kind, these are coordinate adjectives. All right? Sweet is an opinion. Crisp, it describes. Juicy and delicious. So these 4 adjectives, these are coordinate adjectives. And with coordinate adjectives, you have to use commas. There you go. Right. And you have to use the word and. All right. Because looked is a linking verb. Looked is a linking verb. All right. Number 4, hundreds of happy, cheering football fans ran onto the field. Again, these 2 are coordinate adjectives because they describe their opinion. They describe characteristics. Right? Cheerful, happy, these describe opinion. So they're the same kind of adjectives. These are coordinate adjectives. So they want you to write to on top. And then they want you technology. A comma between them right there. Okay? All right. Number 5, the new young French teachers from Quebec. This is cumulative adjective, right? New, condition, I'm sorry, characteristics. Young talks about age. French is nationality. There you go. Opinion, age, nationality. Because these are all different kinds of adjectives, these are going to be cumulative adjectives, and we write 1, 1, 1 on top, no comma needed. Number 6, my father bought my mother a beautiful antique Persian rug as a gift for their 20th anniversary, wedding anniversary. Again, these are all cumulative adjectives because they are all different types of adjectives and you cannot separate them with and. All right? Nationality, this is opinion. Antique, right? Talks about age. Antique is very old. And then Persian is nationality. Here, 20th wedding anniversary. This is quantity. Right? And then wedding, in this case, is purpose. What type of anniversary? It's a wedding anniversary. So that's why this would be a 1, 1, and no comma needed. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you do number 12, exercise 12 alone. They want you to find the mistakes in each one. So number 1, the mistake was you don't need a comma there. They took that X out, or they took the comma out. You don't need a comma because these hungry and black are cumulative adjectives. Because one is condition and one talks about color. So cumulative adjectives don't need a comma and they come before a noun. Right? I'll let you do this number 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your own time because we're running out of time. And I'll post the answers for you also when I upload the video. Okay, that was a lot. Does anyone have any questions? You can't hear my voice? What? Hello?
ทีเซอร์อยากกินข้าวแล้ว
Can you not hear my voice? ว่าได้ยินเสียงเหรอ
cook dinner
ได้ยินที่เชื่อได้ยิน
เนี่ยนินทอนมาบ่ได้ยินนะนี่ All right. Either way, everything was recorded, and we're gonna go. Everything was recorded on OBS, and I'm gonna upload the video for you, and I'm gonna release the video and your homework tonight at 8 p.m. tonight.
กินข้าว
Oi.
Bye-bye.
Enough. Does anyone have any questions right now?
No.
Sure. Handsome is what kind of adjective?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, handsome is what kind of adjective?
So if you say handsome, you would. This is an opinion, right? It's an opinion because it talks about characteristic. Because if something is somebody is handsome to someone, they might not be handsome to somebody else, right? Like let's say you say somebody is pretty. Your friend might think that he or she is not as pretty as you do. So that's why it's an opinion. Okay?
And
Uh-huh.
when we did the assignment, why did we say handsome as in the last one?
Which one? Yeah. Oh, Anu, these are coordinate adjectives. You can say them anytime, anywhere you want here. Only cumulative adjectives we would say handsome ก่อนเพราะว่า these 3 อันนี้นะ these 3 adjectives these are cumulative I'm sorry these are coordinate adjectives that's why in coordinate adjectives you can write them in any order you want
Oh, I get it.
okay because yeah the example is like hungry cold wet you could say wet cold and hungry and in that example because they're coordinate you could say them in any order you would like okay all right I have my next class in 5 minutes go answer your attendance question ก่อน 6 โมงครึ่ง if you haven't done yet okay
Okay, teacher.
okay all right guys I'm always open to questions send me a question on a private message if you want more or you can even send me a request for a Google Meet anytime okay
Okay, teacher.
okay thank you guys
Okay
Bye-bye, teacher.
yes have a good day have a good night and a week
Okay, have a
เอา
good
เด้อ
day.
ดูนะทางกิน
Okay.
ข้าวบ้าน
bye bye go eat none please
Thank you, teacher.
bye guys thank you so much bye 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 bye
Thank you ดิฉันไปโอ้
thank you have a good night
Thank you teacher
Yes.
bye bye
bye bye
Thank you, teacher.
bye bye
Excuse me. If I present a PowerPoint, how can you do it? We're good.
okay let me okay guys remember 8 o'clock I'll be releasing the video and your homework and ask me a question privately or openly in your Google Classroom anytime okay thank you guys bye bye